Sick guys, what's up?
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey.
I'm Zion, you probably know me as Grayson's brother. Playing some songs tonight.
Woo!
Is that good? Check. Sounds good.
Did you get some mood lighting or just okay? Like,
Yeah, hey, Adam, will you pull that for me?
I'm gonna turn that one on.
This?
Fan.
That's the
That was the fan, bub.
Yank that shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
so turn the light off, but no, turn it on.
Adam, I got it, bro. Oh.
No, but then the fan will be on.
The fan will be off.
Oh my gosh, I'm so silly.
I'm a big fan of the fan being on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yes. Got it. The mood is perfect now.
Sick guys.
Lance, can we get the?
Oh, this one's called Goodbye Summer.
Summertime comes, here we go again. Black and white, nice blue everywhere. And we can't stop running from reality, but it's probably there. I've got long night. Stars, I swear these nights they never end. We'll drive down to Firestone, climb the roof and start to dream of things we've never had and of the places we've never seen. All the things that leads me to these nights never die, even if we try. I swear these nights they never end. We're living alright. I'm doing just fine. That's a lie, but it's okay. It's summertime. That's a lie, but it's okay. It's summertime. I don't want to die quite. If I do, let it be on 52nd Street, clearing that hill with you. Like I said, I will. I love my friends and I love my family, and learn to love them. Far too far to be like you. So if the summer ends and I still don't have the answer, that's okay. That's okay. We're living alright. I'm doing just fine. That's a lot, but it's okay sometimes.
Woo!
Next one's called Right at 8:11.
September trees and autumn leaves bring me back to the night where you left me. Can't say I'm really mad about it, but really I'm more relieved. You'll move on, baby, I'll move on, and we'll turn it into another dive bar song. And I'll be standing here like a statue, thinking about what I've done to make you right. I really don't have much more to say, and I really don't have much more to say than it was for but I would try and hide it. But I hope he treats you better. I hope he's in my life. I hope he's the version of me I could be. I hope he makes your heart beat. It's just another game for you. You should know how to cheat. And I really don't have much more to say than I really don't have much more to say than when you close the door, it'll never be reopened. Yeah, you won. 'Cause you're gone, and I'm gone. And I took your flowers off my wall last night, and it looks better than it ever did. And I cut you out of my life last night, and I look better than I ever did. And without your lies, don't even try to text me back a whole lot. I'm done, done, done.
Cool. This one, next one's called Goodbyes. I promise not all of these are about exes. Anyone have a tuner?
Here, take this.
Sick.
Why would I get the stocking?
Hi, Grayson.
Hello.
Want to sing for the
I'm thinking about you from 2,000 miles away, pacing around the garden, California dreaming. I might be screaming as I pray. Oh, please don't go, oh, please don't go. My mind is slow, let me decide. Oh, please don't go, oh, please don't go. Just come a little closer tonight. Tonight. 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm sitting outside Cold Park bench watching the sunrise. My heart is racing, my speech is chasing, my face is red, and I can't decide whether to text you. I shouldn't text you. I turn my phone off and hide. Oh, please don't go, oh, please don't go. My mind is slow, let me decide. Oh, please don't go, oh, please don't go. Just come a little closer tonight. Oh, please don't go, oh, please don't go. My mind is slow, let me decide. Oh, please don't go, oh, please don't go. Just come a little closer tonight. And I know before all, see the northern lights, dark of ink, have a fire on that side. Run away to Canada, see that flower field one last time. Whatever happened, don't love you till we die.
What a gnarly show. So cool. Ooh!
Did you hear that?
Feedback be like. Feedback noises.
Feedback did be like stuff.
This is some serious gear.
Ooh, funky town.
Funk-E.
Won't you take me to?
Funky town. Funky town.
Attempt to not break all of my stuff.
You want me to put that guitar in another room?
Sure.
Turn the volume down on.
Here, pass it through and turn it away.
Watch out for the fan. Oh, messing with
That's okay, we're fine.
The fan doesn't even work.
The fan doesn't exist.
Are you hot right now?
Have you seen that thing?
Guitar would be fan every time.
Yeah.
There it is. Sick. Cool, this one's called Yellow Dusk. It's about finding the peace that God gives you in every situation.
Nice.
That's really far away. Thanks, guys. This one's called Lost at Sea.
Gotta get back to Missouri. I've been gone for far too long. Haven't seen you in a while. Maybe you were right and I was wrong. Didn't understand why I left. Twisted like a fit at best, and I just can't say goodbye. Every time you look at me with those ocean blue eyes, I can't help but feel like everything's right. Even though I had to go, hit the road and see the lights, I still think about you every single night. Gotta get out of the city. Never tell if this is home. Can't stay here, can't go back. Guess I'm stuck here, want you back, and I just can't say goodbye. Every time you look at me with those ocean blue eyes, and I can't help but feel like everything's right. Even though I had to go, hit the coast to see the lights, I still think about you every single night. These roads aren't the same no more. Loving you is like a game I just can't win. I hope you feel the same. These roads aren't the same no more. Loving you is like a game I just can't win. I hope you feel the same when I say these roads are the same no more. Loving you is like a game I just can't win. I hope you feel the same thing when I say every time you look at me with those ocean blue eyes, I can't help but feel like everything's right. Even though I had to go, hit the coast and see the lights, I still think about you every single night.
Woo!
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Tom.
At the damage that has
Probably
been
not.
done and will be done. That's more what I mean.
Yeah.
It's
Gotta be some scientists.
Yeah, I don't know about science, but I know no matter how much honey I drink,
It's a natural numbing agent.
it still hurts.
You just gotta drink Dr. Pepper, man.
Kid.
Really? Are you a Pip man?
No, I don't.
days to look around and wonder what's left for me here. What's left for me here? What's left for me here? Sometimes I think about leaving this town behind. Or maybe I'm just looking for a place to hide. Somewhere I can start over. Somewhere I can start new. Somewhere I can start new. We all just want to be time now I'm learning to be tougher. Can't let every little problem make you suffer. Just find something you're good at and do that, and do that, and do that, and do that. Yeah, thanks.
Maybe it's I've heard that strings can like go out of tune if it's hot. Is it hot?
Yeah,
that?
I've seen it too, so.
Could that be?
Yeah.
So like leave it in your car all day.
Yeah. Right. Well, anyway, we are a band called Common Folk from the great state of not Missouri.
It's different than
Are you saying Missouri's not great?
we're just from a different great state.
A different great state. Yeah, that's
the other great state.
So
Yeah.
none of them?
the other. Whoa. Okay. It's all right. We can still.
Wait, where are you from? Hey, where?
A state that's not this one.
Wait, so what state is that?
Let's just say
They don't want to tell you, son.
Northeast South Carolina.
Just keep it my
State of despair.
The state of this.
Despair.
We're from the great state of confusion.
I forgot.
You already
I already
did.
tuned it.
Watch the fan.
Yeah, that one's
We don't like boundaries. So we went across the sea. But we drew lines. Killed anyone on the other side. Oh,
Can't.
yeah.
Can you just play it?
Hey, Noah, could you flip that guitar case open that's laying on the ground and grab the first capo you find? You're a real pal. that right there, that's why I go around before the show and find everybody's name. So you can always ask for that favor when you need it. Don't just be like, hey, that guy. You're the best, Noah.
Oh, what? Oh, make sure I'm doing it.
It's a sun where the morning sun, but a cloudy eye might turn to dry. I came to you in a flood of light. I was 5 years old, you held me tight. And I'm too scared to tell you what's going on. I've always been scared to tell you what's going on. So let me tell you a story. How I got my name, not the one my mama gave me, but the one on stage. It was Halloween, my years were 3. My brother was a pirate, I was a killer bee. So tell me what's going on with you. Tell me what's going on with you. And tell me if there's something I can do. Tell me what's going on with you. Tell me what's going on with you. And tell me if there's something I can do. Alright, well. That one I have. Anybody got like 30 seconds of story they want to tell?
I know, I wish I knew how. But I totally would do that. Just for you.
Just for
I
you.
give you the only copy. Thank you.
One of one.
Yeah.
Alright.
That was really impressive how fast you changed that.
Thanks.
That was great. You took up all the time for our merch plugs. So
Yeah. I hate talking about merch anymore.
I know.
We hardly have any.
It's so stupid.
I'm a band, not a merch factory.
Keep them set field up.
Did you know that every beggar in New York City has a name? Had a mom and dad just like you had. Did you think about every person you hate and how they've been hurt? Yeah, they've been hurt just like you were. And what did you think about? Did you think to help the guy in the corner of the subway car? Barefoot and covered in scars. And how do you picture his life? Do you know what his problems are like and what you say he's worth? I say we better think of him first. What did you think about when a kid held out his hand, just looking for a bit of change, a bit of the sandwich you were gonna throw away? And do you really know what it feels like for someone to step over you when you're sleeping on the sidewalk? And all the rich people think you're worthless. Did you think about anything to help the girl in the corner of the subway car? Barefoot and covered in scars. And how do you picture her life when you know what her problems are like when you say she's worth? Well, I say we better think of her first. What did you think about getting to help the girl in the corner of the subway car? Barefoot and covered in scars. How do you picture her life when you know what her problems are like? What do you say she's worth?
And what did you think about? Did you think
I say we better think of her first. I used to be in a band with someone who wrote every song in the key of G, which is like the same 4 chords. And they used to say like, I like writing simple songs because some people think that it takes a lot to make art. And it doesn't. I want to play a song for you that's super, super easy. That makes you know that if you want to make something and someone's like, well, you're not that good at it. Well, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You can still do what you love. And if there's something that you find value in to do, then I think it's probably better for you to do that than something that isn't good for you. It's a hard thing to do when this is the world we live in, but I don't know. Hopefully you can find a little way to find the things that you value and find ways to do that and still not starve to death.
Yeah. Right.
That's not what this song is about. It's just a simple song to write.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. I am so tired of words. I just want to see some action. And it's hard to get things done when I let everything distract me. And when I was young, I didn't know anything about addiction, prostitution, or sweatshops. And I can't believe we still have slaves today. And the terrible things that people will do to get what they want, they'll just step on you and they don't care if it hurts your town or your friends or your family. And it's scary to think that we're all the same. We got the same mouths and we got the same hands, and we all have bellies that we want to fill. And no matter what we can't get enough. And no matter what we get, we can't get enough. No matter what we can't get enough. And I am so tired of words. So when I say I love you, I really just want to mean it. We got a little more for you. And then Chris will do something that I think you'll really like. I hope it helps you. I think it will. It's good for me. And then Grayson is gonna do something. No, Seth is gonna play.
Yeah.
He's gonna play that sick polyrhythm song. He's gonna
I might play it. Play it.
I'm a clay pot dropped and shattered on a tile floor. You said you could sweep me up, put it back together this time, but I'm not so sure. You know I've been here with you before. You know I've been here with you before. What's the use? I keep walking out
What's the use? I keep slamming the door. Being broken, wide open like this can be scary if anyone's looking. We're also used to painting portraits of ourselves, but using certain colors. We're trying to tell the right story about who I want to be, the story of who I want you to see. I could write you a poem, let me write you a haiku, I'll write you a sonnet. I bet I'm just like you. The truth is all my words are just letters drawn on a page. You know better than anyone, could just draw all day. Don't mean a thing, I got notebooks full in the basement, and I got notebooks full in the attic. I write but I don't read them, I don't even look at it. And I used to keep a note folded up in my pocket, and I just take it out so I could get what I wanted. But you wanna hear a story, well let me tell ya, whichever one will make you like me better. I noticed that my words have this way of convincing that who I really am is really someone different. Told you to the stories that I tell, always running from my real self. Change sentiment, can't break the mold, can't change what he is. I think he was just tired of living the life that he lived. I think I'm getting tired of all this weight. You know I'm dragging it around here every day. Do you know how heavy it can be holding all the words you want to say? Pick me up, put it back together. This time I'll try to be someone better. Maybe see me up, and I promise I'll be someone different. I'll be someone honest. I heard that word ain't nothing without action, but all this fucking work ain't nothing without passion. Baby, sweep me up, and I promise I'll be someone different. I'll be someone honest. Baby, sweep me up, and I promise I'll be someone different. I'll be someone honest. Thanks, guys. We're gonna play one little one for you here. I didn't write it, but it's a song that really speaks to me about remembering where you came from, remember what made you, and not letting like new people or new situations blind you to what's really important. I think maybe that's what, I don't know what they meant. That's maybe what I get. This is our last song. Thanks, Missouri, for having us. Woo! When you're in your little room and you're working on something good, but if it's really good, you're gonna need a bigger room. And when you're in your bigger room, you might not know what to do. You might have to think of how you got started sitting in your little room. Thanks guys for coming.
Couches. Yeah.
No, this is me.
Come on, y'all.
This is Seth Props. This is literally just my name.
Yeah. Just the racist with me. Yeah, man. I didn't want to be that guy who's like one specific memory, but the shower thing was legitimately so.
There's a ghost.
Okay, is everybody in? We feeling safe? You feel good where you are?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Sure.
Thanks a lot. All right, we're gonna start now. Okay. Michigan's shaped like a mitten. If you're unfamiliar, in 1875, the government got a grant from God to shape it that way, so we never have to make a map. This is all that we use. Everybody does this. You meet someone from Michigan, you can't. Keep yourself safe. They're not from there. Detroit's right here on this fat part of your hand. I'm sure you can see clearly. And Taylor's right there. I live there with my wife. We used to have a twin mattress. Now we have a full. It's pretty cool. And we got 4 roommates, and there's 2 bedrooms. So, you know, you do the math. I do spoken word, and it's going to be loud and fast and bright, and then slow and bright, and then medium and bright. We're going to go through all of the Chipotle tomato-based salsas, and then we'll conclude. Thank you so much for being here. It's really nice. I played at the old Parker. I've never been to the second one. I'm sorry the first one died, but it's cool you got a replacement. Yeah, there's a scary joke in there somewhere. But yeah, thanks so much. You guys are really warm. It's really nice. I'm really glad that you watched Common Folk, because I think that band is the bee's knees. All right.
Listen, quantify a sunset, spreadsheet, hydrangea petals, 5-year plan, eucalyptus leaves, and watermelon seeds. Validate the dew, so many prayers on a single blade of grass, which is here today and gone tomorrow. Divide the salt water by the fresh. What do you get? I have no idea, but the Louisiana brine daily teaches me how to lose myself. Fresh and salt, indecipherable, and the graceful violence of borders dissolving. The joy of being consumed. I don't know if I care who I am in the metaphor anymore. The Mississippi River riding the central U.S. like a 90-foot slide at a water park, or the gentle Gulf tickling a little child's toes. For the first time, I'm lost in the song. Go ahead, market me, count my meter, evaluate my rhythm, underline every simile, sell my skin, airbrush my face, a Big Mac before a photo shoot, auction my teeth, donate my kidneys for the tax write-off, and footnote Elliot, so it all makes sense. I can't fund a 401k with the joy I get from eating kiwis or save my neighbor's souls watching reruns of The Mentalist. I've never seen a couple survive bankruptcy solely on discipline, hand-holding, and kissing at red lights, but there's still something to be said for those things too. And what if all I really needed was a few less plans, and all everyone really needed was a few less policy sessions and a few more songs sung by a few more people serving food? And what if we all took online classes for plastic surgery and secretly replaced everyone's middle finger with a chocolate cake? Crazy, I know, but no more so than holding a knife to the throat of a man holding a knife to your throat and calling it peace. Pop the trunk, blast me with long-winded explanations about life experience, smother me with the wet blankets of security that have been mildewing in the back seat. But I've been reading the word, and it's leading me to increasingly ridiculous conclusions, like not being afraid anymore. Did I tell you about the rain? Well, the words showed me all creation singing, and I started listening, and it turns out that's true, that the rain has been writing poems upon the pavement for forever, at least since we started paving roads. It smashes itself against the earth in full contact epics and sonnets and villanelles and free verse and floors I don't even know the names for, and I started reading them, and now me and the grass and the rain and the Bradford pair all singing hymns and writing poems together like it's Sunday. It's been Sunday for 3 days now, and what if our logic was really just our gallbladder? Like, you know, it helps sometimes, but really it's just not the most important piece of the puzzle, and most of us don't know what it's for, how to use it, and most people end up getting that shit cut out after a while anyway, because sometimes it gets infected, it kills people. I have weekly tea parties with Flight of the Conchords grandma and all of the emotions and intangibles that live inside my head, and it turns out when I finally acted on my suspicions and strip searched the whole room, courage really did look like a lion, and fear really had been wearing Logic's face for longer than I can ascertain. You see, Logic is dead next to Dr. Dre in Eminem's basement, and fear has been wearing his face. He took lessons from Zartan and sits in the corner sipping Earl Grey and looking over my shoulder, whispering like a snake and leaving the back door open for doubt to come in and raid the pantry. The truth is that joy can't be quantified, and it's what we really were looking for the whole time, and love is reality and gravity in the fabric of the universe. Once it wells up inside us, we just can't help doing anything else other than amputating in favor of those chocolate cakes and praying for the heart transplants of the book of Ezekiel, and then carving tiny giraffes from all those removed stone hearts and selling them as cute coffee table decorations and using the proceeds to feed the homeless of our communities. And what if I just let myself believe what I really do deep down believe, because other people's doubts do not belong to me, and because that father was right, I got a lot of sons with demons, and my sons need setting free. So Lord, help my unbelief. Thanks. It's gonna go slow now. Thanks a lot. I don't want to talk about it. There's a great system called capitalism. It's never disenfranchised any people groups or created generational wealth that's going to kill us all. So if you have the desire to participate in a pure system that we have here in America, like nowhere else, you can buy something that we brought, but you don't need to do that. Yeah, all of our art's for free on the internet. I have a bunch of records. We just put one out in May, and a book, and you can have it all for free. There's a flower card that tells you how to get it. Whether you like it or you're not sure, or you're like, man, I need to stop this from happening in other places, you can use it as a public service announcement, whatever you need. I think art should be free. Yeah, so it's yours. Thanks a lot. Yeah, you can take one step in and it'll be real calm now. I paced this perfectly. We ran it by the Olympics. It's a love poem. I got married a year ago, and like 2 more weeks or something. It's been really cool.
You can close your eyes and think about somebody you love, or hold their hand, or do whatever it is you need to do. This poem's called County Government. Thanks a lot. You blush like South Carolina in an election. Myrtle Beach, a blue freckle on your flushed cheeks as I place a hand on each of your hips. Explain the platform, poll the electorate. I'm glad for the groundwork, the grassroots, door to door, walking your neighborhoods. You make me want to be a career politician. Holding you, I feel like Minnesota in spring, that homeschool prom of a state, all 10,000 lakes learning to touch, messy and catastrophic and worthy of a Weather Channel special. We are filming live. I serve my constituents, so I pledge to learn you. The travel time from your shoulders to each of your fingertips, the town flower at each of your wrists, the best towns to lay my head for the night. God bless your elbows and kneecaps, the Midwest of your limbs. I'll cross them over and over again as I drive your state highways and back roads. I love their diners and open skies. They feel like home. Every fingernail, every rib, they all need something different. Localized treatment, local knowledge for local needs. I'll learn each of them individually, know their names and where they go to school. I'll be a part of the community. I've surveyed your neck, how my fingers can extract tension. I want the mining rights forever. You see, it's coal country down there, all across my hands, and the miners simply must go back to work. We always need more jobs. I advocate for free community college. We can retool my whole workforce, send them back to school, teach them to study. This is no time for fiscal responsibility. We need spelunkers and cartographers and archaeologists, civil engineers and mailmen. There's so much to document, so much to explore, so much mail to deliver. The more I study, the more I have to say. I am endowing a museum, and I will be your local historian, plaid-suited and passionate, painfully detailed, and pushing my glasses up my nose as I read my notes back to you, barely legible because my pen cannot keep pace with all I am discovering. I will tell you of yourself when you forget. I want to serve you. I'll be the ranger of each of your thighs, state parks, map every trail. I'll adopt the highway, all of them even. I'll be a volunteer firefighter. I'll run the food bank. I'll wash the windows. I'll be the librarian. I'll be the meteorologist. Learn the climate pattern of each of your earlobes, each eye, your lips, the small of your back. I'll be your artist in residence, paint your forests and your beaches, your alleys and apartment buildings, keep record of every cloud. Somehow every vapor merits remembering. Each evening I'll hang a hammock across your collarbone and whistle while I whittle campy gift shop tokens of my affection. Proof I'm thinking of you even at rest stops in small towns desperate for tourism. I'll be a deputy sheriff, your body a crime scene, my lips examining the evidence, my tongue running ballistics. Will probably have to work overtime. So many leads to follow, so many books to file, so many ordinances to read, so many historic buildings to research. Civil service is a full-time job. We can order Chinese, pass the long nights on curry chicken and fried rice. You can teach me to use chopsticks and watch me work. I'll be nothing if not thorough. Thanks a lot. 2 more. Hey, thanks. Thanks for coming all close. I know it's really hot. I appreciate that. Can I steal my water? It's right behind me. I'm so sorry. This poem's called Paris. It's about being present. Nah, it's really cliche to write a poem about Paris, but I did. I'm so sorry. I wander your body like the streets of Paris, not the Eiffel Tower or the Louvre or the Arc de Triomphe, though they are beautiful too. And not in search of Hemingway or Stein or some false nostalgia, but rather Rue Oberkampf, Rue Sorbier, the backs of your arms, the apartment I had a bunk in the first time I came to the city. The cheap wine in the small kitchen, that late night, the way I knew exactly where I was. Could feel the earth turning beneath me like a kaleidoscope, the valleys on each side of your ankles, each of my fingertips opening to your light, each so intently focused on your shops, your cafes, your flats, the kebabs and Thai restaurants, this city of immigrants and fourth generation locals, each centimeter a new turn, a new street. You open ever inward, flowers opening like hands to the morning light. Ever further, ever past the next turn. I take my time, my finger pads, microscopes. I am studying this great mystery, the kind that is not so much solved as it is descended into the deepest lake by cow, but not cold, and with light at the bottom. I am walking further inward, turning corners, pressing in, rounding the bends. I can tell you the number of balconies on each building. This one has 5, with an old woman on the 3rd who calls to her friends in the street as if the town is theirs. I count your freckles. I stare up at her. She makes me feel so small, her face, a city, each wrinkle, a street, just like this one, unfolding ever inward. She is a new universe I have just found, right here in the morning light on one of the balconies of your inner thigh, and somehow it's here, shining above me, outside of me, in front of me, too far away and large for me to hold. I can only be before it. She, this person, the universe, this piece of you is so high, and I do not understand what she's saying, but I hear her and I begin to know. Cool, thanks a lot. One more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks so much for being here.
Fuck, Paris sounds beautiful.
Yeah, dude, it fucking rules. I felt like, no, never mind. I felt like a lot of dumb things all at once, but it's really cool. And like the side streets are cool. You don't need to go anything pretty. It just unfolds forever, man. This poem's called One. Damn it.
Next time.
Yep. There's a Metallica song called One that I've never heard, and I was like, oh, this song has the same title as a Metallica song, and somebody was like, oh, is it Enter Sandman? And I keep meaning to say that this is Enter Sandman, but I didn't. This poem's called One. I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, I got all inspired and all the little heart flutters during Common Folk. I'm 29. I've been touring for 7 years, and I've been doing this since I was 20. So it's a really long time, and in the last 2 years, most of the things that I loved and had like sewn into a lot of my community all sort of fell apart all at once, and everybody sort of ripped each other up and ate each other and then burst into flames, and it was really horrible. And a lot of my friends are Christians, and I'm a Christian, and if you're not familiar with Christians, they use a lot of large nouns like love and community and family. The music scene does it too. Different kind of church, right? But yeah, it gets really shitty when people use the big words, and then when something bad happens, the big words are nowhere to be found. And it was really difficult, and it was really, really hard. Yeah, but this poem's, and I think a lot of times at church we like say a lot of things because we just really desperately hope God's actually up there. But I mean this so much, like no matter all the bullshit, like the days I was just like crushed by the weight of the universe on my bedroom floor, somehow God was just like still under me, and it was so fucking beautiful, and I was really, really thankful. Yeah, we were talking in the car today about like nonviolence and a bunch of like heady shit, but it was really cool. Jay was like, man, I'm not there yet, but I know that there's a way I should be, and I really want to be orienting myself towards that, and just like asking Jesus, like we're going to ask Jesus to help us be that way, and that's what I really believe and want to do. I'm really glad to be here. I think sharing art's so important. I think sharing community is so important. And not to keep punk rock alive. Punk rock can die in a hole. What's important are people, and I think that we have to like keep gathering together. If you're not a believer, like there's just this verse in the Bible that says, "Don't neglect the fellowship of believers." And I just think it's so important that we have to like keep coming together and keep sharing, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how much it kills us, no matter how many times people let us down. Because I think God just like made us for community and being with people. Like we got kind of heated in the car today, but it was like really cool because it pushed me to God, and it was so sick. Yeah, Jay with his bad voice just shouting at the universe. I mean, it was great. But yeah, it like pushed me to God, and I just think that's really important. Yeah, if you need prayer or anything, I'm not here to convert you. It's so hard here, and I would love to just stand with you in it. I think that's really important. We were talking a lot of the Christian political rhetoric is how can we keep people safe, but the rhetoric of God is like how can I kill myself for the people that I love, and trying to do that. This poem's called One. thanks for listening. Seth's gonna play next. I'm really excited to hear some polyrhythms.
All right, I'll play.
I almost know what that means. I was at a show that This or the Apocalypse was at, and someone said that word then. And now 7 years later, it's returned to my life.
It's only kind of cool shit.
Oh yeah. It's some cool. The blood sacrifices later. Don't worry. It's okay. You can stand where you need. I get why Peter started to sink. The winds offer pretty convincing arguments sometimes, like Glenn Beck and his chalkboard. The last 100 years in Chechnya are a decent reason for atheism. Sarin gas's existence and the thought that someone made it on purpose are two more. It's not hard to become Bishop's armadillo, raising its weak-nailed fist to the sky, stoked on the wave instead of the ocean. Christ core community, all of my friends and me got slammed on the beach like false idols in a purge, broken open like oysters. We spit out our pearls like loose teeth, returning our bits of stained glass that we'd enshrined with our idolatrous gold and wood. I don't know if God did it or shaped it, if it was our mid-20s arriving or the efficacy of deconstruction or just some will-o'-the-wisp screw tape found on Craigslist. Who can say? We are all, each and every one of us, flat little rectangles interacting with an infinitely dimensioned entity and an incomprehensible reality, and sometimes it's hard to tell. We hold our pieces of colored glass with bloody fingers. Man, love fits in a hand, eternity in your lungs, yet God is love and eternity endless. The duality confounds the nearness and presence and comingness of the kingdom all at once, here and coming and inside of us. Understanding is a tightrope strung up between two towers in the fog. Arminius and Calvin, each holding an end with Piper and Dies and Jesus, dancing and strolling and asleep in the middle like on the boat in that storm. Steve McAlpine said all of God's characteristics mutually inform one another. There is no Venn diagram, just lots of whole pies. The Chicago deep dishness of God, the pepperoni and mozzarella always mutually informing one another. So maybe it's two circles joined, me and you rolling over and on top of one another in our bed, turning on an axis the way I found the universe's center on a curb outside of Domino's when I was 17. Life and death in 16th century literature and Gaddafi, the Planeteers and Eli Whitney all flying around while I ate pizza with Ricky in the stillness of a sunset. There's nowhere to go, everywhere to be. It's all a kaleidoscope turning. God, a gem illuminated from within us, constantly spinning, revealing new shapes and colors, but always one. Always one and always deeper. Eternity is a place, a point in time, and also the endlessness we are always descending into. Savor it. Let your roots down. Let yourself grow. The whole world is holy. Every atom shaken. All of matter working out its faith and fear and trembling. I feel like I should take off my shoes. Feel the telegraph tapping of it all on my bare feet. The heliocentric solar system is a sacrament. I say it like the Lord's Prayer. Each planet passing through my fingers. Each one going around and around the sun. Going over and over a coat of paint. The way Yusuf's poems or him talking around and around a subject, walking around the pond, saying so much more about it. The way electrons orbit their nuclei, the way I imagine Mary going over and over and over and over and over and over the word she'd been given, treasuring it in her heart. Walt Whitman published Leaves of Grass over and over and over again, revising and expanding and basking in the light of it all. Barry Lopez brought me to his microscope and showed me every brushstroke of America. Every state, city, town, hamlet, neighborhood, house is a world all unto itself. Ant-Man fell to the bottom, shrinking smaller and smaller, finding new level of existence after new level of existence until he finally found love in the stillness. At the bottom of it all, I am buried by my smallness, beating my chest at the back of the sanctuary, consumed by all of the sweat and weight and dirt. God lifts me like Peter from the water, fire, like a flower to the light, and reminds me of Vienna that day in March. I can see it like a feeling, like I'm there again. I love the flowers and the doors. Sie sind so schön. Ich habe keine Freundin gehabt, als ich ihnen gesehen habe, aber jetzt habe ich eine Frau und ich will ihr sie geben. Die ganze Stadt wrapped up in a bouquet. Ich liebe dich. I love you. The words of God, the axis run through like a nail. What it all turns upon, everything spins on a potter's wheel. Electrons around their nuclei, the record on its turntable, the earth on its axis, pizza dough on an index finger, the moon around the earth, the gooseneck kettle pouring its concentric circles on the coffee grounds, the planets around the sun. Paul said he only knew Christ and Christ crucified when he was among the Corinthians. That's two things, but really just one, and everything else, eating and talking and laughing and theology and tent making, must have come from that seed. We are caught in the slow motion, the present and the future and the past, the record spinning, the song playing, the abiding, the stillness, the waiting, all of the colors of light returning to white, each of us in every moment and everything, holding up its piece of the glass, and God spinning them all together. It crushes me, breaks me open, just like Narelle said, like the alabaster jar, and all of my fear and anger and love and yearning and thrashing and hope and worry and longing all pour out, and it's myself and my spirit and all I have, where I am in the process, and it's bare before God, a drink offering, and the light washes in, and I am reminded and know again that I am loved. That my friends will love each other again. That my mom will see again. That she already does and will again, and I cannot keep it all together. The apologetics and the questions and the hurt and Rwanda and the hypocrisy and the good intentions and the love and Andre's affair and the fear and the abuse and the hopes. Every one of us blundering forward is some kind of upward tornado of grace, but somehow he is gravity and a hand and a silence and an easy yoke and a relief and a voice and a song before I can even try to pull all the ravaged ends back together again. He is there like Spider-Man on that ferry, but better, and the web holds flawlessly, and the water begins to feel like solid ground again, and there is nothing and everything, and I am encompassed, consumed, and one. Yes, and amen, and hallelujah, the deafening and silent and final and honest and grateful murmur of my prostrate spirit, and then I, the uncertain, thankful, confused, certain, speechless, humbled, rejoicing, scaleless pot, finally say to the potter, keep going. Thanks. Woo!
It says wreck.
Yeah, recording. We're good. Can we get that light off?
Oh,
And
on
yeah,
God.
and even this one here.
This one off, or you want the like the foyer
This,
one?
the one
off?
in the entrance too.
Hey, turn the foyer off too. Send them all in.
Alright, this is weird, this is really weird. Okay, so these first couple are going to be quite depressing, but you know, it'll get better as we go on.
Yeah, Seth.
We're all done.
Same old, nothing new, nothing new. How can I get across to you? How can I lay it down, sitting up, running away, walking back, cannot let it go. Across to you, how can I? Don't deserve it, don't deserve Okay, so there's going to be a very excessive use of the capo during this set. So
We
it's all
love
standard though, so no tuning is involved.
Seth and the excessive capos.
Can we like give it up for Zion, Chris, and
Yeah.
They took that in the favor and fucking killed it. Like it was so like diverse, and like now I'm playing indie jazz. Like this is fucking like gnarly. Okay.
Hey, we're doing the
Making an offering. And donations. Don't forget that. Okay. This one is kind of whispery, so if you can't hear me, I need to learn how to sing better. But it's called Dumb. It's pretty interesting. I don't think I'm gonna need this. The second chorus has lyrics, but I'm not gonna be singing them because I still don't know how to voice them.
Just send it.
Huh?
Send it.
No. So some of these songs are going to be used for a different project that won't be named yet. But these ones are going to be for a new project I'm starting called Parade, featuring a lot of cool Parker people. And yeah, so stay tuned for music from me, which is kind of odd, but might as well do it than not do it.
That's such a cutie.
Alright, so this one's called Same Mistakes.
Yes!
It's about how I go ahead and I treat these situations the same way and I do the same things and I don't seem to learn from them.
Hold on, wait. Okay.
Lacking in the streets, there's no inside. People see the truth, nothing too hard. It's all the same, it's a repeat. Same mistakes, same dreams. It's all the same, it's a repeat. Same mistakes, same dreams. Standing where you once were, where are you now? Searching this tired, seems hiding. It's all the same, it's a repeat. Same mistakes, same dreams. It's all the same, it's a repeat. Same mistakes, same dreams. Just right here perplexed, wrong measures taken. How long until learn such uncertainty? Thinking backward, fragile and definite. It's all the same, it's a repeat. Same mistakes, same dreams. It's all the same, same mistakes, same dreams. It's all the same, rinse and repeat. Same mistakes, same dreams. It's all the same, rinse and repeat. Same mistakes, same.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So, this one is about learning. It's called Trial and Error, and it's actually about like getting back up and retrying and retrying and retrying until something good happens, you know? So.
You're the
whole parade thing is Parker House. The last gig that was here, I ended up like thinking of Parker Parade, but I got rid of Parker and then I just thought of parade and
Get rid of Parker. Get rid of Parker.
That's not what I meant. Basically, I took it to Claire and Patrick, who will be in the band, and they loved it. And we have a jam that's going to be called Parker Parade. I haven't told them about it, but it's going to be sick. Okay. All right. So I have 3 more.
Polyrhythm.
No. That'll be full band. It'll be weird with this guitar. It'll be like American football, but like
I don't understand.
You mean that house album?
Huh? House bands?
Yeah.
House cats?
Yeah.
Alright, so this one's called Cerebrum, and it's about how I struggle with mental health and how I try to be happy. And like, I'm really happy right now because there's so many familiar faces and I might cry.
We love you, Seth.
This is really sick. Okay. Those last 2 chords I made up when I got here, so there's still a work in progress. Thank you. Okay, so this one is about my father. This is the second to last one. I kind of added it to the set list very last minute, and I'm still working on voicing, so I'm just gonna fucking wing it. Might sound bad, might sound good. We'll see. Oh, I have to change the capo, like I said. Okay. So this one's called In Spirit. this last one is called Love Not Hate, but I might just call it Love, I don't know. Let me just make sure this thing's still in tune. That'll do. Alright, so this one has quite an interesting intro that I like playing, so, you know, here it is.
Bless you guys.
Hey all, before you disperse, let's give it up again for Seth.
Yeah!
This is a really special show. Not only is it's Seth has joined our little team at Ivy League and Parker, just making sure this shit all works. He put a lot of this together, and that's really awesome. First time doing that. And Chris was one of the very first shows I ever booked, the first show I ever booked. And so that's just important too. Full circle everywhere. Give them your money. They're doing this shit on like a scale. They're not making money. Just throw them everything you got. Come on. Thanks y'all. I love you for real.
Yeah. All right.
I like crying, that's fun.
Oh, Seth, I'm so fucking